Hey, everybody, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You got Captain Dave and Captain Al here tonight for a special Your Saltwater Guide after dinner show. It's 7 o'clock in Southern California. I have no idea what time it is where you're at, but do you know where Dave and Al are? They're right here in front of you. It's Your Saltwater Guide with Captain Dave and Captain Al Clowers, and we got a good show for you today. We would have done this at 12 o'clock like we normally do, but I'll tell you what, Kelly and I are getting ready to go to Alaska. We got 2 days left to finish getting everything ready, and wouldn't you know it, yesterday, our internet went out. Today, right before I went live, our power went out. We just got power back 45 minutes ago, and I called Captain Al and I said, "You want to do it now?" And Al said, "Sure."
Yeah,
So,
why not?
why not, right? So here we are, gang, and we're going to talk about some really interesting stuff today. All the maps. Those of you that watch Captain Al's game plans every week for the San Diego area and the Coronados and all that offshore stuff that you see Captain Al talking about all the time, we are going to show you and we're going to talk to you all about those maps. But first of all, I want to thank Kelly Girl for going shopping today and getting me a bunch of food to eat for dinner. She's making me dinner right now, gang. Every one of you out there need a Kelly Girl, I'm telling you.
Hey, it's not easy to make all those meals. Trust me.
It's not easy to live with me. When the power goes out and the internet goes out, it's not cool.
All right, I bet you're like a kid, a little tyrant.
It's not a good place to be. Like Kelly Girl said, this is not a good place right now. This is definitely not a good place. But gang, we're good now, and I got Captain Al. But first of all, Captain Al and I want to thank Promar. Promar has stand in the gap for me and Al, right, Al?
Absolutely. I've been using them. That GT4, I've been using a bunch of it. I need some more, actually. Them 18 to 24 pound yellowtail been get yanked on those things, on that stuff, and it works great. Very abrasion resistant, very smooth going on the rod. I've been using Top Shots, but it works really good. We stuck a Mako on that stuff the other day, no problem.
Yeah, that GT4 fluorocarbon is an amazing product, and Justin's been using the wind-ons a bunch too. Besides the GT4 fluorocarbon, he's been using the mono wind-ons, the fluorocarbon winds-on to catch all those threshers. Al's been knocking the crap out of the yellowtail. There's a little picture with Justin in it, and if you go to the spool of line and you click on the back of it, you got videos of Justin teaching you how to tie your connection knots and how to put on the wind-on leaders. It's kind of a bitchin' concept. They really went way beyond the Call of Duty on this one, Al. But something I wanted to tell you, we talked about it a little bit, and I guess they're coming to market sometime this month. Those brand new stainless steel shrimp guns. What do you call them? Ghost shrimp pumps?
Yeah, shrimp pump. Yep, go shrimp pump.
So Steve tells me you should be able to purchase them sometime this month, which will be pretty spectacular. But gang, you can go over to this QR code I'm going to throw up on the screen, and everything we're talking about, you can save 10% on all the Promar products over there. Don't leave, gang. I see people jumping on and jumping off. We've got a lot of cool stuff to show you. Plus, we got Justin Botrell and Anthony are out fishing threshers right now. So we could click over to full speed live thresher shark fishing in Long Beach Harbor right now too. So hang in there. All kinds of cool stuff's going to happen on this show tonight. So Captain Al.
Yes, sir.
These maps that you're using, there's a lot of people call me up all the time and they're asking me, where do I buy those maps? They can't find them at any stores. They can't find them at any bookstores. They can't find them at any sporting goods stores. And I'm here to tell you, we got the man with us right now. You don't have to look anywhere, right, Al?
Right. Well, They can go directly to the website, socalfishingmaps.com, and you won't be charged shipping if you put in the code CLOWERS, CLOWERS. No shipping.
There
No
you
shipping
go.
cost. I mean,
I wish I had the QR code for that, but I
right.
don't have that right now. But I promise you our next show. But gang, if you're wondering what the hell are Dave and Al talking, and I thought you were going to say you don't get charged, but it was shipping.
No, I keep it proper. I keep it pretty proper all the time anyway.
Yeah, you do. But here, I want you guys to watch this. This is a game plan from a couple weeks ago. We're not worried about you seeing where the fish were biting a couple weeks ago, but this is the map we're talking about. This is what Al does for us every Thursday for our Game Plan Thursday, gang. If you're not members, check this out.
Members, game plan for IB Flats and Point Loma Kelp, August 16th, 17th, and 18th, 2024. So there's still some sand bass down at the IB Flats, 32, 34, 00, 117, 12, 00, this general area. Mile each way around in here. Really pay attention to your meter, looking for a big pile of sand bass. Stop on it, drop down, your rubber tails, dropper loop sardine, Carolina rig sardine. You can even drop down some yo-yo iron. There's some pretty big sand bass down here. If you get on top of a school, it's pretty wide open. But finding the school is the big key. It's not like you can just pull in here and drift like the old days and just smash them. You got to get on a school of them. Big pile. They're sitting in the mud.
So that's the information you get over it on the game plans. But that map is what is so unique. When Al's talking to you and he's giving you plan after plan, and usually we get 4 plans from Captain Al. We usually get an offshore, we get a Coronados, we get a onshore, and then we get the San Diego Bay plan. So Al covers everything here. Look at this other map, and here's Al talking.
Good morning, your Saltwater Guide members. Game plan for San Diego close offshore for August 16th, 17th, and 18th. The good news is just west of the islands here, like by the 439, 32, 22, 50, 117, 23, 50. There's been a little bit of yellowfin on dolphin, and getting them on cedar plugs and stuff like that. Not a big volume, but I got 2 or 3 reports the last couple of days that guys have been rolling on the dolphins. The ones you want to look for, the ones that are jumping and flipping around and super active. They kind of give away that there's tune on them. Just pull up in front of them and zigzag in front of the leaders with the cedar plugs or your favorite lure. You should be able to get some. The water temperature is beautiful down here. There's some kelps in the area holding Dorado.
Al, Jeanette, if you give me or Al a call, we'll walk you through it. We'll make it super simple for you to understand. It's kind of a little overwhelming, but when you give us a call on the phone and you're sitting in front of your GPS, we'll kind of break it down for you and help you to understand what we're talking about. But Al, tell them, I'm going to show some pictures while you're talking, but talk about all the different areas. You got an in with these guys with this map company, which is pretty cool, gang. Free shipping. Right. Use right. Al's contacts, but talk about all the different maps because you got everywhere.
So we have maps from down below the lower 500 in northern Baja, southern Baja, along the coast, all the way up to Channel Islands. We have a local San Diego offshore. That's San Diego Bay right there. And it's super detailed from the front all the way to the back. And we have these books of this is the one I use for the islands right there, but it shows you all down through IB Flats. It's mainly for the coast, but it has all the islands in it as well. And that green layout is the biosphere territory. Inside that green is biosphere. So it has super detailed information. It has spots. So getting back to the books, we have these books for San Diego. That's Catalina Island. That has every little nook and cranny you need to know: camping, boating, camping by boat, moorings, dive spots, fishing spots. Everything is in there. It's crazy detailed. And we also have them for San Clemente Island, the Channel Island chain. That's the Channel Island chain one. And right on the bottom left is the ledger where it has everything in there. It's super, super cool. And they're all public spots and some good off the charts fishing spots as well are on there. I highly suggest if you're fishing or boating to have these charts in your boat, because all you have to do is go in there, look at the numbers, stick them in your GPS, and you're good to go. There's stuff on there that I've never been to. You know what I mean? So being an old guy, I like sticking to my old ways. But trust me, when I'm offshore fishing, I take the offshore chart. It's sitting right next to me all day, and I'll pop up and look at my numbers where I'm at and look at the chart. And if I want to go here, I want to go there, I kind of get a quick glimpse of how far away it is. But over since I've been with your saltwater guide, people are starting to text me and call me now about areas and stuff like that. And I'll tell them an area name, and they have no clue where it's at. If they had a chart, all they have to do is go on there, look at the name. It has the numbers on there. Sometimes it's late at night where I don't have a lot of time. I got to get up the next day for a charter. But I highly suggest to get these charts, especially if you're getting information from me, because you can just reference them and bam, you're on them. SoCalFishingMaps.com, and then put in the code Clowers, CLOWERS for.
It's so important now. I'm sorry, I cut you off. I was trying to put another picture up.
That's right.
How can they get a hold of those maps?
It's SoCalFishingMaps.com. And then where it says for the code, the deal, just put Clowers, CLOWERS, and it won't charge you shipping.
And it's super important, gang, because if you go through our game plans, or if let's just say you're not a member of the website and you're out there trying to figure this stuff out on your own, it is a giant lake. Now, what Justin, Pablo, Al, and Sonny, we all use something different. We're using Navionics. I made all those spots videos back in 1989 on VHS tape, and then we put them on DVDs, and then we put them on the website. But then I got a hold of Al, and I got a hold of Justin and Pablo and Sonny, and I learned a lot. I know it's hard to believe that I could learn, Kelly. I can actually learn stuff. And as Al goes through this stuff and shows you, I'm like, wow. I fished Catalina for 40-something years. I didn't know that spot was right there. There's a lot of information on these books. And like Al said, to have it in your wheelhouse when you're cruising around.
Look at this. See all those spots around the island? This is the inside of the island. It has the offshore stuff too around it, but there's gazillion spots.
And it's a great reference when you're hearing Al or Pablo or Justin or I telling you, hey, go to Persane Rock, or go to Keyhole, or go to Pukey Point, or go to the rock pile. And you're like, okay, but I don't understand. And I remember I watched Al's video, but I don't understand. Oh, wait a minute. I got Al's book.
Right.
To have that book on the boat, it's magic, right?
Oh, yeah. Quick reference. And like you and me, we don't know everything. I'm the first one to say it. I'm learning on a daily basis, you know. Plus, I forget a lot. But anyway, I just look at the reference map. You know what I mean? If I go to I don't fish Catalina, so if I want to take the family Catalina, in the pack list is definitely going to be the Catalina book, because if I don't have it next to me, it's a real pain. Because on your On your chart plotter, you can only see so much. You're just trying to look at the little screen on there, and it's crazy, you know. But especially if you're far away from the island still, you know, you can be knowing exactly where you're going without zooming up on the map by just looking over at the driver's seat at the chart.
Yeah, and it helps tremendously just to put a picture to the spot when you see the picture and then you actually get to the island and it all starts to come together. So I
Right.
think that this was a well-needed show to do, to talk about those maps and those map books. And
Right.
those of you that have just jumped on here, I just want to show you a little bit more of the video I showed you. I think it's half.
Members, game plan for members, game plan for IB Flats and Point Loma Kelp, August 16th, 17th, and 18th, 2020.
So what I wanted to show you that for, Al, or everybody that's watching, is Al's talking about one little area, but if you look that whole picture that I showed you right there, it shows all kinds of stuff in that zone that he's talking about, outside edges of it and stuff, and you can start to put the puzzle together yourself with the knowledge that you gain from listening to Captain Al, and then having the book and having access to all that on our app, Your Saltwater Guide, and then to sit there and put the puzzle together. And then you can start actually putting this thing together yourself. And then when you make a post on the community, Al, and they can go, hey, look, they take a picture of that map they got from you and they go, this is where I was. And then they can start helping other members. That's what we built the website for.
Right.
Not just for me and Al to have you guys tell us how fun it was for us to tell you where to go and how to fish. But when you start helping the other members, it's going to give you a great feeling. And there's plenty of members that are doing that.
Right. Absolutely. You know, those things have all the MLPAs in them, all the Calcott areas, the 50 fathom curve, you name it, it's got it.
And with a lot of my stuff, gang, I'm old. Let's be honest. I'm old. Not old as Al. I mean, I'm a year younger than Al, so I'm not that old. But a lot of my stuff I made back when you were able to fish everywhere. Back when, I don't know, when Ronald Reagan was running California and you could actually fish all over the place. It was pretty fun times to grow up in California. We never thought about a closure or that they were going to take this away or that away. That never even came into the well. So a lot of my information needs to cross over with the maps and the things for the MLPs. I don't have anything on my stuff that's a closure area, but I don't show those lines either, Al.
Right. That's good to have. I mean, I think on some of the new apps that you can plug into your chart have them already in there, but on my map in my boat, I put all the corners in myself.
And then another thing that doesn't happen on the map, doesn't happen on the chart plotter or whatever you're using, it doesn't tell you that you're looking where Al tells you, Justin, Pablo, you're looking for uphill current at this spot. You're looking for downhill current at this spot. You're going to drift this spot. You're going to anchor at this spot. So that's where the map book and then actually talking to Al, it all starts to come together. And then you guys get to put the puzzle together, which is one of the most, as a captain, one of the most rewarding things is when you put the day together and you put the puzzle pieces together, right, Al? And, and your clients are successful. Or when you take your grandkids or your daughter fishing and they catch fish, nothing feels better, gang. It makes you feel really good inside that your family and friends are catching fish. And that's what we're trying to do for you here at Your Saltwater Guide.
I took, just not to, well, let's tell the subject. I took the grandkids fishing on Monday and yesterday. And so I've been taking them to the lake. And I mean, there's a lot of working parts on the lake, you know, and I was on this little topwater bite. So yesterday was a straight, let the kids run the boat, fish on their own, and see how many they could catch. And it was rad. One of them didn't catch anything, and the other one caught 4.
Oh,
Yeah, and that was the second time I've put them in the boat, launched the boat, and let them take the boat over to the dock with via trolling motor. So it's really cool stuff.
Yeah, it is. And Jeanette, I would love to do that's a great idea because yesterday I was with one of our new members, Paul, sitting right where I'm sitting right now. And him and I were putting his GPS together and his photometer, his fish finder. I sat there with him. So it'd be wonderful, Jeanette. You have Starlink, you have everything. You and I sitting down doing a live where I explain to you. We'll bring Al in and we'll explain to you how to put it all together on your GPS. It'll be a fun show. That would be awesome, I think, because people don't really understand that Al and I are willing to stop what we're doing to help you guys. Now, here's the funny part. Jeanette's a member of my website, and she's been with me for a long time. I'm not charging her extra to call me, and Al's not charging her extra to call. And that's part of us. That's part of our friendship. We're not just, you're not
Right.
my client, and I'm not the guy selling the stuff. We're all family. When we go to these trade shows and we all hang out and we go to dinner and we do all the stuff, we're friends, right, Al?
Right.
And
Yeah.
you just went to dinner with your whole family with one of our members the other night.
Yeah, old Joe, Coronado Cays Yacht Club invited us down there. His wife's from down south, and we had a really good time. Had some prime rib. It was cool. Yeah.
It is. I'm reading the comments, and yeah, Renee, thank you very much. I did. I know. I remember that too, and that's kind of what we do, gang. And Al's done so much change. So many people in just the short time now. You've been with us for 9 months. It's hard to believe it's already been 9 months. But
Right.
you've been working with the members for 9 months. We
Right.
change. We change how you guys approach the fishing thing. And we don't mind when you call. That's probably the coolest thing, Al, is when they call and you answer or I answer. It blows their minds, right?
Fridays, I'm starting to get 4 or 5 texts about going to the islands. You know,
And you
it's
answer them.
yeah, it's cool. You know, guys showing me pictures of what they caught. You know, unfortunately, a couple of the times when the fishing was off a little bit, so it's a little tougher. But I just told them, "Here's what you got to do, man. Keep moving." And they caught 5 or so. But yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
And that's kind of what Justin did the other day. We got to watch him live. He showed you don't ever give up. Don't give up. He was on his 5th anchor drop. And then the 6th anchor drop, it went wide open.
Damn.
Everybody on the boat was bit. And we're walking you through. We're helping you the whole way through, gang. We don't want you to be unsuccessful. You spent all that money on this beautiful boat. And the guy that sold you the boat, they don't know how to do any of this stuff.
Right.
They don't.
As far as Jeanette and the GPS numbers, it's a little overwhelming at first. Sounds like she's a little overwhelmed, but really, once you get it, it's a piece of cake. You take that map and you put in all the numbers that in your area that you would want to fish, right? And then the most important number is what I'll do is I'll put the number in right at my slip, but I also go out to the entrance or whatever harbor you're at, and the last buoys sit right in the middle and put that number in there and put return to San Diego, return to Mission Bay. That way, if it gets foggy or if you get all spun out there, you don't know where you're at or how to get back, you go into your list and you pick that waypoint and you just go home.
And that's a very important point to make because that's something a lot of us don't think of. When we're all excited to go and we go blazing out of the harbor and then we get out there and we're like, how do we get home?
Right. You can also zoom up the map and get back that way too, but with a waypoint, you save a little more fuel.
Right. And also it'll tell you if someone on your boat needs to get in at 3, you can always go back to that reference point and go, okay.
Right. I have that waypoint at the entrance to San Diego Bay, and I have the one at the slip, and the one at the slip is the money on time. It's money.
And it's kind of important when they're paying you to get them in at 3:00. You kind of want to get in at 3.
I've had a couple bad reviews over the 17, 18 years I've been taking people fishing, about extending the trip, which is crazy out of control, right? A bad review for trying to keep them longer to catch fish.
Yeah, but when they got to go home, they got to go home.
Right.
One of my famous sayings when I was running sport boats back in the 80s, I would tell you, gang, before we leave the dock, if you have somewhere to be this afternoon, you may want to get off right now. Because I have no idea when we're going to be in.
I try to keep it pretty much time frame, you know.
But I always want to try one more spot. I always want to try just one more bait, one more spot. Tim Duncan, that was cool. That post you put on the community, that kelp patty. End of the day, finds a kelp patty as big as your boat, Al. I don't know if you saw that on the community.
Yeah, that was in the canyon, close to home. 5 miles off of North Island. Yeah.
Crazy. But he stayed with it. He didn't give up. Most guys would have just been going home then and wouldn't even have stopped.
Right.
Don't ever give up. And then Tim Ogilvy, absolutely. I remember when we first talked, and now we're best buds. We probably talked 2 or 3 times, at least 2 or 3 times a month, if not 2 or 3 times a week. And you're talking to Pablo, and you're talking to Al, and you're talking to Justin. You're part of the family, just like everybody that's a member of our website. I don't know, Al, if there's any other websites out there where you get to talk to the owner and his crew day in and day out. It's pretty rad.
No. And the other ones, you get a guy with his nose in the air a little bit. If you can't get him on the phone, though. Get an office member.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Right. Send an email.
Yeah. But, gang, that map thing, we're going to go over it one more. Or no. We got this other thing. Our good buddy Matt Ryan, who's out chasing weirdos right now, he got one of these from Al yesterday or day before. Check this out. Talk about that for a minute, Cap Mal.
So that's the chum tube I make, and if you look at the plunger, which is the small round tube at the bottom, see how serrated that is? You don't have to. I've seen videos of guys saying they're getting ready to put their chum in the tube and they got a blender. You don't need anything. You stick a whole pieces of carcass of a fish in there. You stick whole sardines in there, whatever, fill all the way to the top, and then just plunge it with that plunger. And you don't even have to plunge it very hard. If it's fresh sardine, yeah, you might have to use it a little bit harder. But frozen stuff, it mushes up real good. And I only have 6 holes in it, to where the stuff comes out in really microfibers, and them calicos and all that stuff. They really love that thing. And they're $60 plus shipping, and they're going kind of like hotcakes. Lately, I've had some guys say that they were going to make their own, and they ended up calling me that it's easier just to buy one. But they work really good for the bay fishing, the bone fishing, the mako. That thing will last about 8 hours, as long as you're not pounding on it, which you don't have to. I've been bone fishing back there, and it's lasted all day back there. But they work great for makos or whatever you want to chum, especially in the kelp. You anchor your boat, you stick that off the back, and you'll have calicos swimming around like a aquarium.
Well, I'm a believer, because that day that you called me and I came up and fished with you in the back bay, I'll tell you what, those bonefish were like trying to get in the chum tube. Al's all, just drop it right next to the chum tube. And I dropped it right next to it, and I had a bonefish in like a second.
Yeah.
I caught bonefish in Mexico. I never caught a bonefish in California. I was blown away. I was addicted. I think for the next 2 weeks, every day on the show, Al, I talked about how bitchin' that was.
Right. Yeah, we couldn't get you off the topic. But that was the time. I went out there. They're still there, but it's not like it is in the first 5 months of the year. When I took you, it was prime time.
Yeah, I'll bet that water's a little warm in there right now.
Yeah, it's close to it's like 80 back there.
Woo!
And hey, the cool thing is, the last time I took Joe, the guy from Coronado, Kay is a member, the guy that took me to dinner, or my family to dinner. We caught bonefish that would fit in my hand. So they're breeding and they're alive and well. We caught little tiny leopards. I mean, small ones, 7 inches. So they're breeding back there like hotcakes.
Did you make him a white one or a black one, Al? For you see what he's saying?
I know.
Here, I put it up on the screen. Matt Ryan wants to know: did you make him a black one?
He got the hot rod one that's wrapped with some cool blue stuff. It's blue.
Oh, look at that!
Yeah. Yeah, I made about 25 of those with that wrap, and then I had to. It's either I got to raise the rate to be blue or whatever. But yeah, I took it in the shorts with that wrap. But they look cool. But the fish don't give a heck about the wrap, you know. Yeah. So they're all the ones coming out now are just like that one on the picture, white.
Got to look cool when you're fishing, right?
Yeah.
I just posted a video and someone commented, "Look at Captain Dave. He doesn't care. He's not wearing all the fancy clothes. He's got a T-shirt on, a backwards ball cap, his flip-flops, and his shorts." That's how I'm going to fish in Alaska, gang. You're going to see the videos. I'm telling you. They're going to probably be pissed when I get there, Al, because I'm going to show up with no shoes. And they're going to go.
Hey, what's the temp going to be up there? It could be a little cold.
Could be in the 50s, whatever.
Just tell them, man, these bare feet are link cod proof.
Right. I just don't like shoes. I don't like fishing in shoes. You don't have any traction. I see people slipping and falling all over the place in shoes. People tell me all the time, "You're going to step on a hook." Okay, I'm ready. I haven't stepped on one yet. I'm 63 years old. I've been fishing barefoot since I was a little kid. I guess I eventually, probably on this trip, I'll step on a hook. But so far, I haven't stepped on a hook.
You have to use the braid technique to pull it out.
Yeah, but something stung me in the toe today. We got to get that stinger out. Al said he's got some super secret stuff we're going to check out.
Right.
But gang, if you got any questions, you guys, we'll take a few more minutes. We'll answer some questions if you want. We got a few minutes. Dave, shoot me. I will, Cubby, for sure. You and Al. You know what, Captain Al? I will be so stoked if you took Captain Cubby and fished the Back Bay one day on the Shigari, just you and him. You'll love Cubby.
Right. I told him I would do it. Hey, when we were up north and you came to your deal there, I told him I would do it.
Yep. Captain Cubby needs to fish with Captain Al. That'd be a love affair made for all times.
And it's pretty effortless. It's like going to Denny's.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy.
I loved it because we got to go into that restaurant and eat a little bit afterwards and do our podcast from right there. It was pretty cool.
I can't believe more people aren't chiming at the bit to go back there.
All right. Anybody got any questions, or we're gonna end this thing? And
I gotta get up at 3 a.m., baby.
Captain Al's fishing tomorrow, gang. And I guess San Diego found some yellowfin today somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Can't be that far away. If it was on the San Diego, it's got to be in a 50-mile radius.
Right.
San Diego. So that could be good for what's coming for the spring or the fall. I hope so. But gang, let's plan a lot. Yep, we will. Absolutely, Jeanette. When we get back from Alaska, we'll definitely do it.
Hey, Darren asked how much are the chum tubes. They're $60 plus shipping. If you live in the LA area, it's like $23 shipping.
Yeah, and it would be better if you just spent the day and drove down and went fishing with Al and then got the chum tube and took it home with you.
That's what Joe did.
It works pretty well. You'll have a good time. All right, gang. Well, Kelly Girl's got my dinner ready. I am going to be back with you guys tomorrow. It's going to be Bill Varney can't make the show tomorrow. He's having emergency hernia surgery.
Oh, man.
So we'll all say a prayer for Bill. I told him I'd help shove that hernia back in, but he said no. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Any flags still available? Yes. There are some flags. Justin has them. Pablo has them. I'm not sure where they're at, but they have them. If you want one, Dave Hill, just send a message to me at 949-374-0786. We'll get it out to you. Al, go to bed.
Yeah, I'm out.
Good night.
See y'all later.